Hi and hello, welcome to another vlog. If you don't know me, my name is Crystal. I own a small business called Bask In The Glow where I handcraft diffusers and fragrances. In this vlog, I am going to talk about my brand new pop-up booth display that I've used so far for 2 events in the month of September. A little background about my previous pop-up booth display. I've used it for about 2 years now, and with my recent brand rebranding for my packaging, my website, I decided that why not? Probably it's time to give my pop-up booth display a glow up as well. So that was what I did. It was a little late because my rebranding was actually back in June during my 3rd anniversary, but better late than never, right? So here is a preview at how it looks before. I love the look of the display, but some things can definitely improve to give a better customer experience. One of the main reasons behind the change is that I wanted my display to be more towards the eye level and to also include additional things such as more colors for my diffuser designs on display and additional signages as well. Personally, I love arch designs and flowers, so I wanted to apply that and amplify that in my booth display this time to not only reflect my brand but also my personality as well. I am going to bring you through the DIY process and through my trial mock-up here in my very own studio before bringing you to the actual event, which is Public Garden in September last month. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this is how the new display looks like. This is just a trial, so I think there will be more changes when I get to the venue. And I'm whispering a little because my in-laws are over. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the talking to a minimum because it's quite awkward. So I'll be going over to talk a little bit more about the changes that I've made, apart from the obvious, the overall look of the whole booth. But there are certain things that I wanted to take into account to improve on from previous experiences. Before that, let me give you a summary of my booth layout, I always have one side for the pre-order designs that I have, because it's quite hard for me to bring all the diffuser designs to the pop-up. So usually I handpick a few popular designs and I just have those designs in ready stocks, which is this here on this shelf. So this shelf I have all the ready stocks. That means what's available on the booth day. And for the pre-order designs, my customers can pre-order with me their favorite scent, color and design, and it will be free delivery above $50 locally in Singapore. Welcome to the ready stock side. These are the designs that I will have on display at my pop-up at Public Garden this weekend, and it's really exciting because I never had 5 designs, actually 6 including the beads sachet. I never had 6 designs prepared for pop-ups. Usually for the scented side, for the diffuser designs, I have only like 2 or 3 designs, and yeah, I decided to go all out and have my seasonal black peony, which is for Halloween, and also the bouquet diffusers, because these have been receiving so many compliments about it lately and they have been really popular. So I decided to just display and also bring some stock. One more thing I decided to implement is also individual price tags. I have them actually pasted right on top of the diffuser designs, right on the stand. This is something that I want to improve from my previous pop-up design, because previously I used a one display for all my prizes. I placed this below the display shelf with all the designs, and even though the designs were all labeled pretty clearly to me, I feel most of my customers still do ask about, you know, which design is under which name and which price. It has been a really common question for most of my pop-ups, so I decided to just scrap away with this and to go with individual ones right on top of the designs, so it is clearer, it is easier for them to refer to. I feel one of the turn-off things at pop-up markets is not knowing the price and having to ask a lot of questions. I try to reduce that for my booth because I feel that my diffuser designs, my diffuser concept is actually quite foreign and new to a lot of people, so people usually have more questions. I also have on the pre-order side, I have an FAQ over here placed so that hopefully this answers the common questions that people ask. Usually is where would you put the diffusers, and the other common question, how long it would actually last, and also whether the diffuser will shrink over time. So no, it's a reusable piece that you can use for a long time, and I want to emphasize that. And also in the description I have the pre-order designs and also explaining on what can be customized, so this will be more straightforward, having this display right beside the pre-order design pieces so people can just shop and yeah, refer to this for more information. Another thing that I'm bringing for my pop-ups is a different scent sample display for people to pick up and smell my fragrances. These are my beads from my beads sachet. I sell them normally unscented, but I decided to send them as a form of scent sample for my customers to try my fragrances at my pop-ups, and I came up with this concept and design of the scent samples after a really long session of brainstorming. I got these acrylic words printed, sort of cut from an overseas small business. They are so pretty, and I painted the baseboard so that there feel like brushstroke designs. Usually for pop-ups, it's pretty hard for me to bring every single color and design. So what I did was I specified the color with certain scent. So for my ready stocks, the specific scent have a specific color that is ready. But if customers want a specific color, scent and design, they can always pre-order with me. And yeah, displaying all 6 of them here for different scents also shows the different colors that I have available for easier visualization. I've also used the same colors for the diffusers on display, so it's easier to sort of imagine the color in the diffuser design if I don't have it on display. I also took the time to redesign the middle of my pop-up. So this is where normally the main instruction sign will be, telling people I sell handcrafted diffusers. Somehow at pop-ups, people always think that I'm selling soap. So I hope with this display also it helps with that I hope people just stop for maybe 2 seconds and see this main sign and that tells them what the product is. And I have my Aroma Stone Bookshop display on the side. Something new that I'm bringing to the pop-ups is my wax seals. This is a design that I really love. I created this display for my alphabet wax seals. So people can use these for like bookmarks, journaling, letters. Call me old-fashioned that way, but I love writing on paper, and having these wax seals sort of like it's very nice with like the aesthetic. And also I have the black color wax seals as well. These are for Halloween. I put this display design ones on the black peony and the black rose. I have them on sale as well during the pop-up. I'm not sure how well received they will be because this is the first time I'm bringing the wax seals to the pop-up. The most common question I think people ask is this also scented? And the answer is no, they're not. They're just normal wax seals that are on display. Probably I should put a sign for that as well. Yes, food for thought. I still have one more day tomorrow to prepare and do that. Just a little thought on the display before we go to the pop-up this coming weekend. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow I'm just gonna wrap up some of the finish up with some of the diffusers, and then it will be pop-up day the next day. To be really honest, I feel really nervous going in with this design. Truth be told, for this 3 years, I have changed my pop-up display like quite a couple of times, but nothing this major. There's really so much to bring with this pop-up display, and I'm really nervous with how it will be received. The designs more clear, and information displayed properly for customers to have a good customer experience at my booth. I'm really not sure, and I will only know when I am at my pop-up at the location during the event. Nevertheless, I still hope that I have a good time. My sister is coming to help me with everything. A lot of things to think about, and I keep thinking probably on that day I can still do shifting here or there to make things better. I mean, we'll never know with the event hall, with the lighting that shines on my booth. I did purchase extra lighting this time, but I don't want to put them on first because I don't know how the light is going to shine on my booth. I want to be a little bit flexible this time with adjusting according to location, and yeah, you'll never know. I guess this is how it looks in my studio at home, and yeah, so far I'm really loving it. I hope that my customers do too. I posted a few sneak peeks on Instagram, and so far the response has been pretty good. I am really nervous about it. Yeah, but I will bring my camera along and vlog the process as well. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, if you need any top ups, my website is linked to my Instagram. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Hello. Okay to be what, sorry? Can. Yeah, because it's like, it's not wax, it's a kind of like stone. So high heat will not melt. Don't worry, I use in my car. Yeah. I would say a good size would be the hanging pieces. It would be a good size for the car. I drive a mini SUV, I use 2 pieces. Depends on how strong you like the sand to be.
Fast forward back to the studio after the event. It has been quite a ride. It took me months to actually come up with the entire concept to bringing it to reality for the pop-up display. Personally, I feel that the new display was really well received. I was so happy that I got compliments from old customers, my friends, and also from new customers who told me that they really enjoyed the shopping experience, browsing for the different designs, my catalog, and also trying the new scent samples that I've used. So that is a big bonus. Overall, as the event went, because it was a really big event, and somehow this time the event had much more crowd than usual. It is normally a very big event with big crowds already, but this time it was just massive. I heard from others that there was a very long queue just to get into the convention hall. So it was a very good event for me to bring and introduce the new display for the first time. During the initial stages, it is really nerve-wracking. This was not the first time actually of me trying to do something new with the pop-up booth. I did so, I think, about 1 year ago for just one event, and to be honest, the display really did not stand out. It was really flat. And so what I did in the end was I converted it back to how it was. So I would consider that this is like the second time I attempt. Of course, this is like on a bigger scale and with much bigger investment, but I'm really glad as the event went on and I heard the different compliments, everything overall just boosted me and gave me so much more confidence to present my product, my brand, and just everything. Yeah, so that is a really big plus. And if you are one of those who actually gave me compliments and feedbacks about the new display, thank you so much. Please know that I truly appreciate it. I definitely noticed changes such as the questions that customers ask me this time, and also less assumptions that my product are actually soaps. For the longest time ever since I started boothing, I've always heard people passing by my booth and they would just tell their friend or their companion that, oh, this is just soap, let's move on. I don't know why, but it just happens. But I am so glad that this time people do stop longer, because I guess it's the way that I displayed my diffusers differently. So what I've done this time is also that the diffusers on display, I have so many different designs, and what I chose to do is I put the most popular color of the particular designs in on the front, and I also have an alternative color of the diffuser on the back hanging. So with this, many of my customers actually loved browsing through. They don't have to really do such of like a less visualization if they are doing pre-orders and they are trying to figure out and think what color would look nice with the design. So that was a very big plus. So usually for big events like Public Garden, sometimes I do get a wall of customers right in front of my booth, and previously, because my layout was a little bit more flat and low on the table, most people behind who are just passing by, they have to tiptoe to see my brand, or sometimes they just completely miss it because there was nothing tall to catch their attention to me. And I do have people telling me that they could not find me in the whole sea of vendor booths. I felt that this time was so much better because people passing by could also see part of my products. I have some of them stacked high so that they can sort of be attracted in a way to the design, and then they will come over and realize that, oh, these are diffusers. My friends and old customers have also told me that they love that they can spot my booth from afar, and this is also good for new customers or returning customers, because sometimes during these kind of big events, most people tend to set off starting with just browsing through the different lanes of different booths, and then they will come back to make their purchase after sort of having a look around. And having a tall display helps them to spot my booth, and they are able to come back easily, and they won't be so frustrated walking around and trying to find me and then maybe give up after a while. Now, despite the positive feedback, there is always room for improvement. One thing I felt that fell short was the way I displayed my non-hanging diffuser designs. After the day of the pop-up, I did not really have a sense of how I was going to display them well, because I kept thinking that it is something that I would adjust when I am at the venue itself. I brought extra blue text to help elevate the diffuser designs, but overall, because the shelving of the wooden display was a little bit thinner than shorter width than I thought it was, so in the end, some of the diffuser designs, even though they are elevated, they are not really in a good angle for customers to see, even though they were at eye level. Regarding this, I am still brainstorming and doing a little bit of research and trying to get inspiration on how to actually make it better. But yeah, it's something I will definitely want to improve before my Christmas pop-ups. I have time and time heard again about how lighting can help and impact the overall attractiveness of the booth, and I attempted to try this time. I got really cheap lights and I focused so much on hiding the lights around the booth display. Personally, I felt that this was something I could only sort of adjust at the venue itself, because I have no idea how the light is going to shine on my booth, the angle, and what kind of shadows will be casting on my diffuser designs or anywhere in the booth. So I went there with my cheap lighting that I got. The lighting died on me within 2 hours after the event started, and even though I bought extra lighting, I bought four of that light strips, and I sort of only used like one. I used it for only one area, but it was still not good in the sense I needed stronger lighting. I needed it was really weird actually also, because I only placed it under one of the small shelves, so the light was sort of casting only on like a small area on one side of the shelf. And now come to talk about it and think about it, it feels like there wasn't much of like a lighting balance within my pop-up booth display. Moving on, I spoke to one of my booth neighbors who has become a friend of mine, and she recommended me a certain light to use, and I got that during the 10/10 sale. So I'm looking forward to maybe do another mock-up trial of the display to try out the lighting. I have definitely invested more in lighting this time, and yeah, I hope that it's able to last throughout the entire duration of events. Events are usually quite long. They are normally 7 to 8 hours in general, so just need something to last me through that. And yeah, I got extra power banks as well for that. I can't wait to see how they work out during my next few events for the rest of 2025. Yep, and this is all about my new pop-up display. If you have any feedback, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. I have 2 more pop-ups planned for the rest of 2025, and both will be focusing on my Christmas collection that is launching on 1st November. 1st November is also my birthday. I will be releasing one new seasonal scent and one new seasonal design, along with the same designs that I had for Christmas last year as well. They are really cute and the reception was really good, so I am bringing them back again once more this year. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog on my journey. If you like my content, do consider liking and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!